Hello and welcome back to Infinifactory. Today we are working on Oversight Terminal Model 6. What does that mean for us? Well, there's the terminal. Are we assembling the terminal now? We reclaimed a terminal like this earlier, but it looks like we're now assembling the thing. And that, frankly, is frightening. Alright, so... man, this is gonna take a little while. Seat yourselves in for a nice long episode. How fast they're all... oh, okay. They all come out immediately. They seem to be coming at a good pace, though. If there's a problem, it would be that this unit is the furthest away when that's the one that I'm probably going to want to put together first. But, you know, we'll handle that when we must. Alright, let's just, let's have that happen, just as is. Okay. So, I think my first step here is going to be to weld these together and to build something functionally similar to the last thing we did. Hmm. Well, alright, now that's not really a problem. Now is where it gets complicated. I mean, really, we just need something that builds either double stacks or triple lengths of TVs and then drops them both, you know. I don't know what that is right now, but I feel relatively good about us making it happen. So let's put that here. Let's build a little system here. Yeah, that doesn't quite work. That's okay. That is okay. I do have a little bit of an idea, though. Let's extend that by 1. Let's do that. Except that it needs to drop. But that's okay. Okay, let's run this now. See how that works out for me. Oh. Okay, that's should be all right. I do think I need this to keep that in line, but I should just be able to move the sensor to here, and that should work just fine. So that falls, it triggers it, which is fine. Oh, fuck. But it never stops triggering it. Alright, well. So it drops an extra block. How big of a deal is that? Shouldn't be a big deal at all. Okay, something might fall here. Let's nope, that's all good. It's all tacked. He drops a little. Ah. Alright, let's put this... Let's put that a little closer. See, but now it doesn't... Now it doesn't stop. Because now, yeah, now it's never going to retract. There's almost no chance this works, but we're running low on ideas. So let's attach that to that. Alright. That works for one. That actually does continue to work. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so now I mean, really what we need is that working there. Okay. Alright. This is really close to done. We're going to weld these fools together. I feel like I probably don't need that third welder there. Let's fast forward, make sure that still works. They all get welded together. And really all I need, I think, is a sensor here. With conduit coming up. And a push bar sending it away. That's on. That is on where we need it. The issue and I'm hoping it's a very small one, believe me, is that this now needs to be welded together. So let me reset this. Let me put a couple welders on here, and just, you know, see how this functions. And I think we're gonna put like one more pusher on this, and we probably have it. If this drops, boom, that's welded together. That's done, actually. That's actually done. So no, we don't even need another pusher on here. So all we got to do now is finish the conveyor system. And that should do it. Alright, that's what I was afraid of. I don't think it's a huge deal, though. I think if we just put this out here, we're probably good. We just need that to hit enough to push the whole thing. And done. Beautiful. Fucking fantastic. Alright, so the talk through. And this, look at this, we're at the 17-minute mark right now. This, whew, I thought this was going to be a lot more difficult than what it was. So, alright, we got, first off, we have a little delay on this one. Just because this one over here, and I pointed this out right at the beginning, this one over here is the furthest away, so it takes a little bit more time to get into position. But, as it is, these guys, which are just the main cabinet units underneath the screens, mainly really connecting the screens to the keyboards, those hit that little delay and then they drop, and as they drop they hit this sensor which pushes the one that's already down there out. Those two get welded together, hits that sensor again, pushes those out. Now these are welded together. Okay, that's part one. Part one is assembling these three in a line, which we've done many times, and we know how to do that. So part two is now dropping these keyboards together, and that's working the same way. Hits this sensor, pushes that one out of the way, this one gets hit down, and at that time, because we put the delay in there, we now have this timed so that as this one gets down, this one's finishing up, it's third. So it pushes that out, and as that gets pushed out, it hits another sensor tucked away down here, which pushes this block, but in turn pushes the whole mechanism out. And they're not connected yet, so we have to have conveyors for everybody. But they just run forward. Right there, they get welded together, and then right here, the keyboards get connected to the cabinets. And that is the bottom portion done. And then this conduit's not doing anything. Then we have the TVs. So they come out, they drop down, and again, this is timing based. The second one gets there, gets welded together into one of these stacks of two. As it does that, it's hitting this sensor that we've seen before for the cabinets. That also triggers a push block on the TVs, which will push them out of the way so that the next stack can come in. And then they just go down the belt and then sit at this delay pad until a second one comes along. That'll push it out of the way. Those two get welded together. A third one finally comes along, and those get welded to the second. So we've got the whole television unit right there, very easily done. And it's now just waiting until this main unit comes out. It gets welded together. As it comes out of the welder, it hits this sensor, which pushes the TVs off, and they just fall on top, again hitting a welder, so they're together, and that is it. It just goes down the line, takes a little turn so it gets centered, and boom, you're done. Absolutely fantastic. Very pleased with this one. I'm very pleased with how quickly I got it too, because I really thought this was going to be very hard to do. But yeah, taking it into separate parts like that made it very easy. Usually I try to assemble everything at one point, but here we have. I mean, let's my voice. Let's count this. We actually have one assembly line here, or one assembly point for the cabinets, a second assembly point to attach the cabinets and the keyboards to themselves and each other, a third assembly point to attach the televisions together, and then finally a fourth point to attach the televisions to the cabinets. Typically, with my designs, you'll see me throw everything into one assembly point. And I think if I would have tried to do that here, this would have been a lot harder. But assembling them at 4 different points really worked out very nicely. Right around the average on cycle score, a little high with footprint and a little high with blocks, but I'm pretty content with these numbers. I think we got pretty good compared to the others, so I'm pretty pleased with that. We have drone maintenance next. Obviously that'll be next time. I think I'm going to take a little bit of break. I did these last 3 episodes just all in one little sitting, because they all went fairly well, honestly. So I think it's time for a little bit of a break, and I will see you guys at drone maintenance next time.